Great and beautiful morning and afternoon and evening to you or wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 457 edition of InvestData in Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I would say that the global market at this time are open in the south direction as the market react to escalating Middle East crisis as a Iran strike Israel. These have sent kind of a negative sentiment to the market. But as we speak now, there's a little adjustment of as Iraq have said, this is the last they're striking. We don't know what Israel will be doing. But one thing is that look at Asia market also in the red, following what happened also in US market or Wall Street market on Friday, but since kind of profit taking after the month of to end the month of September. Good thing that kind of was seen that October opened on a mixed market because of the political tension that's also happening right away. But September was seen that the market is also moving on the uptrend despite the political uncertainties in US market just because of all there's a history that US market will always know how to rebound after the election. And also the candidates that are contending for this election are also giving a clear direction what will happen each side that comes on board at the end of what election in November. Let's have learned that even the voting have started, early voting have started. It tells you that looking forward to September November, we know who is the winner, and also that also shape what. I'll tell you that even in Asia, where China is the main economy there, also saying that China economy also trying to find direction as government is kind of putting more stimulus to put the economy in focus, and that also have also kind of reflected on what on the demand. That's why we're seeing inflation in that trying to work to come up, and also we saw that also the central bank in China has also cut rate just as we expect to see further ECB. Why? Because we are seeing that the interest inflation rate in Europe, which is the eurozone, has also dropped totally to below the ECB expectation, which is also a back for what for rate cut. We are seeing two times in that zone. But I believe that global market will continue to go up and down, especially as all eyes are still also going into what the end of the quarter that ended in September. Expect to see the more corporate earnings, so especially Q3 corporate in this month. For those that ask the fiscal financial year forward for January to December, we're releasing their third quarter in this month of October, and that you see that the big companies, the big banks in US, big banks in China, and also in Asia. Also don't forget that Africa is not left behind. We saw also the inflation figure for the month of September in Ghana also hitting up again. That is also that although inflation is still ravaging most African countries, even though in Nigeria we saw a slowdown for the month of July and month of August. But all eyes are seeing that in September we expect to see kind of a rebound in terms of inflation looking up again because of what we have seen increase in energy costs, also especially the fuel that have gone almost 1,000 naira. That's going to impact also the insecurity and also the high cost of what of transportation. That we'll be discussing going to the week. But I believe that as far as I see also in Nigeria to see the potential manager index for the month of September to give an insight if the economy have expanded for September. That also give investors more clue to see if the expected Q3 for look what is coming from this figure will give a clear direction of what is happening in the economy. If you see an expanded potential margin for the month of September, we'll see what has happened in August. That will give you that if there's improved business activities despite the high interest rate that have been a kind of it's just bad for the economy because when there's high cost of funds, the business start slowing down. But see, we're seeing that some service sector have been well in Nigeria. These are going to guide us as we go into the future and also into our analysis, for our knowledge or for our sharing going to the week and also the month. But back to what is happening in the global market, I believe that what has happened has put all the market, even in Nigeria here, I think that our market is also slightly in red. We are seeing more buyers in the market. I believe that might change the trend of the market. But good thing that investors think that what has just happened is just temporal. We expect that once we start seeing the Q3 number, the corporate earnings from different domains, going to be a change in the market. But for today, we're looking at two major numbers that just released the market recently, especially for United Bank of Africa and the latest that came from Lasco. What we're going to discuss in our session today. But before that, we have seen what are happening in the market now for globally, and also because of the escalating conflict, we'll see that crude oil price also are remanded powerfully also because of what fear of what distortion in supply, and also OPEC has also gone as the policy of including hospitals have been suspended. That means they want to remain unchanged. The rate what we are seeing now, that means this rate called kind of production cut we are seeing must also stay or remain unchanged until further notice from OPEC. These are the things also driving the price of crude oil. Don't forget that when there's crude oil price on the rise, that's the war also changing. The kind of scenario we have seen that inflation is coming down. Don't forget that high cost of energy all over the world has the way of what influencing cost of what, cost of production and cost of goods and services. For that, investors in this different domain, that here in Nigeria will not already what is happening. Or I can see that yes, but the government trying to go into agreement with Dangote Corporation to see what can, because I'll tell you at the price of PMS in Nigeria, I tell you that it's going to affect a lot of things because of the cost of transportation have increased. Even now, business has stopped closing down. It's a reflection of what the policy direction of the government. Which I believe that the monetary policy and the fiscal need to come together to show that this issue should address to put the Nigerian economy in the economic part. Over more than a year, Nigerian economy has not given a direction where it's going, but seeing up and down movement in policy somersault, at the same time, mismatch policy. These are things fight affecting the economy. Once we get it right, I see there's still potential for Nigeria. And I believe that this government has good things, but all in that for us to harmonize their policy and also implement it, style also should be changed. So that at the end of the day, we'll see where we're going. As we speak now, for more than a year now, no direction where we're going in terms of policy. This policy somersault at the physical angle we see on the monetary authority. These are things that need to be checked so that Nigerian economy with what we put in a part of recovering or a part of progress, if I should say so. But I believe that coming back to Africa, I said earlier, we have seen inflation from Ghana, but Nigeria, what prices are still on favorable go from 16th of from 15th of October. But I believe that the president, independent speech also have given a clue, injecting funds into what to gas sector to local companies to come up. That is a good one, and also to create an employment bureau to create employment for Nigerians. Fine. Let all these things come to fusion when it comes to what maturity, when it comes to reality. That is where we can see a path where the government is going. The government has good intention. I think the policies and where they're going need to also change it so that all their plans will come to place so that Nigeria will start be recovery and Nigerians also will be happy for it. Yes, we'll go back to looking at what is happening on the market before we go to looking at the data as we have said earlier. But before that, we want to look at what is the market doing right away. It is necessary that we look at the market position to know exactly what the market is doing. That will give us an insight to know exactly what is happening with numbers. Right? Market data is very, very important at this point so that you know what the market has done for early hour to this midday. What is the state of the market? We have seen that the month of September closed positively, trying to halt the 2 months of the quarter that have been in red, also keeping the quarter also in a marginal red. But for the month of September, closing was positive. I'll tell you, this is a month that said that it's a very dicey month. The month that can go up and down. Now it has come back also in green. Good. We can see that improved buying momentum as a result of what low valuation and at the same time also expectation of what with end of the quarter will destined and also positioning for what for the third quarter ending that will kick off any moment from now in the month of October. That is why you see that kind of rebound in September. Which is a good news. Say sell in May and come back in October. In Nigeria here, all eyes are still on what on Q3 that will kick off the last quarter of the year. And this will give investors a clear direction where the market is going. Don't forget that the end of the year or the last quarter of the year come with what a lot of seasonality and sentiment and volatility that creates work for design investors and not smart traders that understand how to play what the market dynamics at this season. That's why for those that attended the master class, I'll see the opportunity to say thank you. I'll tell you, every participant at the end of the day, as I speak now, they are all smiling. Not only that they start making money, they see where the market is going, they give the direction because I tell you the key, to invest for the rest of the code to invest for the rest of the for the quarter that's running for the year has been also been given to them. The stock to position. If you meet the class, I think you are still very, very lucky to can call the IT and see what I can discuss with you for the materials. But for those that are in class, I believe by now they are taking action to take advantage of what was shared there in the class. I believe that yes, for the rest of the year, there's market must delay. That's why the last increment or kind of a rate hike we saw. But I believe that the scenario, the factors that all make the last quarter of the year different from other quarters is going to play out. And at the same time, government have promised that yes, they want to inject funds into the quarter in this inject money into the economy this last quarter of the year. That was going to have a way of going to play play in what in the economy, and also the market will be in for it, especially those companies that has to do with the seasonality, sales, and all that. It's also for investors to think that direction, to know exactly what to do as it comes to what investment and also trading in the last quarter of the year. For me, there's a lot of potential for us to to enjoy the market. Yes, as I was saying, back to the market. If you look at the figure as we speak now, market is slightly in the red. We're seeing that the Osher index that measure market performance is reading 98,544.75, down by 14.04. In the red. Just marginal. We're seeing that market is also in negative 0.004, not up to 1 yet as we speak. But if you look at market break is positive. We're seeing that 23 stocks are in green, while 15 stocks are in red. Good thing is that I'll tell you that investors are still taking opportunity as they are looking forward to see what the figure will look like for Q3. Corporate earnings. The state of this number is good. But looking at the top line, like I said, that the market breadth remains positive, and also I think that is for me it's a good news. But if you look at the top result, I think that Capital has continued to kind of dominate. I can see that since saw the misrepresentation of figure that hit the market that changed the kind of sentiment or perception for Capital. Still on red. Today is also down by 9.9%, still around 2 naira 24 between 26 kobo. But seen also that Concord, also insurance company, is down also by 7.2, selling at 141 kobo. Gain Insurance also 6.3, and also we're seeing MC Nico down by 6.3, and Universal Insurance. These are the stocks that are leading on the loser chart. Back to the gainers that we're seeing that Lasco has bounced back fully again, leading by 10%, followed by Wapik Insurance 10%, International Brewery 10%, and Triple G also 9.9%, followed by Deep Capital. Deep Capital, I see this stock is going, despite there's no earnings, market is still positioned. Even when figures are not too clear where it's going, I think that there's still position in this stock. As a trade now, I'm trading about 134 kobo as we speak. In terms of volume, which is very, very important for every trader at any given time in the market, I think that UBA is leading, but I'll tell you that market is selling UBA down despite the outstanding interim dividend declared for investor 2 naira 50 kobo, 2 naira against the 50 kobo in 2023 half year. That has not impact much on the record. Yes, you can see that the numbers is mixed. Looking at the top line up, and also saw a kind of a marginal slowdown in the bottom line, which is in profit after tax, and that is what investors are looking at. That speaking now, UBA is trading in terms of volume, 83.8 million shares, trading at 27.40 as we speak. Also seeing that it's sold by Veritas Capital. Veritas Capital has been 18.7 million shares at 1.64 kobo. Ella Lake is back up again after profit taking. Is doing a 12.3 million share at 4.50 kobo. And Regency Insurance also trading at 11.8 million share at 75 kobo as we speak. And also FCMB is also trading 7.5 million share at 8.60 kobo as we speak. This is the state of the market. Also, I'll tell you that the market have really received a lot of corporate information as a close period and board meeting of most listed companies on the exchange, and for them to take advantage of this meeting to position. And that's why those that attended the master class, how I've shared that expected date for this company, what you should do before this should not get the market. This is why investors must understand how to trade, and also traders understand what to drive market perception, also market sentiment. You need to understand how to trade with these dates, but it helps you to make informed investment decisions. Yes, right away look at the numbers that were released by UBA and that of Lasco. But let's start from UBA. Looking at UBA gross earning. Fine, UBA gross earning is above that hit another 1 trillion. Fine, it's a good one for me. It's a good news for UBA as the gross earnings move from 981.77 billion to 1.37 trillion. This is good news for UBA. This market is up by almost as we speak now. I think that UBA gross earnings about almost 40% in the green, while the total assets was up by 37, and also I think that customers deposits is up by also by 34%. Coming to the figure as displayed on the chart, you can see that the income interest moved by more than 134 percent in the green. They say that you can see the impact of high interest rate in any economy, especially in the financial sector. They are the people who really benefit from this rate hike. I see that even the treasury bill return alone or investment alone, which also reflecting on what insurance company, because these are the people that pay more on the fixed income market, that the high interest rates have also made the sector or the window more attractive. You can see it reflecting on not only UBA, we have seen in other banks before now. Also, we have seen that insurance numbers are. That's why for the time investor, if you know where to put your portfolio, even when government policies is hurting some sectors also benefit from it. You need to understand how to do sector rotation at any given time as a trader or investor, to know where to put your money at a particular time. The time to be in the financial sector, the time to be in the consumer sector, the time to be in the oil sector, the time to be in the service sector. You need to know all this so that you know how to do it. I tell you that at any given time, there's opportunity in the market. All you need to look at government policy. It has a major role to play in your investment decision. And also, what is sentiment of the people and what is what the fund flowing to. You need to understand all this when it comes to investment. Yes, we have seen that UBA, income, interest income moved from 428.3 billion to 1 to almost 1 trillion, and some figures. For me, it's a good one also for UBA for that period. At the end of the day, you can see that also the next fees and commission income was also in the green. You can see it here moving from, you can see the movement from almost 100% up again. You can see from 78.3 billion to 145.11 billion. You can see that despite some provision for impairment, you can see that still we're seeing a positive. And this impairment also have also reflected also on on the bottom line of our UBA a little, and also increased cost of running business because of what is happening in Nigeria. It also have affected their bottom line, to a level that, yes, you can see that there's a slowdown in PAT, which I want to show you now. I know that most of us have seen this number, but it's good that as we discuss, so that you also help you to go and rethink and see what this number look like, and also how you can make informed decision from this number. Yes, we have seen impressive interim dividend of 2 naira against 50 kobo. Also, it's good that we're seeing a robust balance sheet for UBA. But will this be sustained? What will be the state of UBA full year dividend at the end of the day? You can see that here. You can see that UBA profit after tax slide down marginally from 378.2 billion towards 316.4 billion. Marginally, but still at the end of the day, also reflected on their earning per share from 10 naira 90 kobo to 8 naira 95 kobo to 8 naira 90 kobo. At the end of the day, yes, part of the dividend paid is from the reserve, which we know, but still it's a pointer where other banks that are paid 1 naira will be going at the end of their financial year. UBA have done 2 naira and on interim. What would UBA be doing at the financial year? These are the what investors will be looking at for those income investors, which will also be sharing in the next meeting. Where you should be putting your money forward for the year end towards what preparing for dividend income and in the first quarter of 2025. For me, this is the figure of it. If you also look at the cash flow of UBA, I would say that as financial sector or banking, or they don't, most times, even when they are net operating income is negative, you don't bother. But when it is also in positive, it's a good thing that you can see that UBA, what we call operating cash flow is also looking positive and good from 2.01 trillion in 2023 towards 4.8 trillion. For me, this is good for UBA. It tells that the UBA is solid and also a place to be for medium and long-term investment at any given time. On this note, we'll quickly look at what is happening in Lasco. For us also to round up Lasco, I've also show you a pointer. Yes, it's a belated number of March. Yes, we have seen the half year for others, but it's a pointer for you to know that this sector is also having the same enjoyment or kind of benefiting what the banks are doing because of what high interest rate. You can see the performance in Lasco, assurance for the result that we are seeing, which is the latest from that company. Because the result has been the market, the price has remained on suspension because of late release of results. We are seeing gradually that they are releasing the results. That is outstanding. And once they release their half year results before this third quarter, they might likely be lifted for us to start seeing activity in the stock. The price has remained at 2 naira 30 for all this while. But look at the first quarter 2024. If you look at the net asset, let's start from there. Net asset has also a marginal growth of 2 digits. That's why I say, you know, 11%, and also liability was also about up by 14%. At the end of the day, shareholders fund, which is very important for investors, is also up by 8%. But at the end of the day, you want to see if the company strengthen the shareholders fund. That's why you want to look at what the income statement of this company to see what they are doing, if they are also creating wealth for what for their shareholder, if they are creating value for their shareholder. If you look at the gross premium for the company, and also for now, I think the model is changing gradually in terms of reporting insurance results. We're seeing insurance revenue. At the end of the day, all these are what are 2 digit number looking green or no for the period under review for the first 3 months of the year. Yes, I say it's a related number. We go straight to what I look at what is the profit after tax after they've taken expenses. You can see it here. Profit before tax, you can see it's still also positive, moving from 718.66 billion to to 1.31 no sorry, from moving from 700 718.66 million to 1.31 billion for profit before tax. Then after the net tax, which is that is very very important. So you have settled or the government. Then what is left is for what the shareholders can share ideally. It moved from 605 point 605 let's say 606 million to 1.3 100 billion for the first quarter of the year. And then this translates to what? To 56 kobo earning per share against 33 kobo earning per share. That's about 70% growth in terms of one. At the end of the day, the net assets of this company stood at what? At 8 naira 1 kobo against 7 naira 45. This company is also, if you look at the net assets and also the earning per share and the price is selling, that this was also grossly undervalued, because if you look at assets of about 8.0 and the price, as you say, even though it's on suspension, 230 kobo, that this price, that means there is very high margin of safety in this company. And this not only what we're seeing in Lasco, it also have shown, and that's why I say the life of veterans, life of Concord, life of Massad, life of name insurance, you can see them, and these are also considered dividend paying stock. I believe that investors that are looking for value are also have to diversify their portfolio or cost sector rotation to know where to put their money at this time. On this note, we'll drop and say buy for earnings. Let's look at what is happening. Looking at what are the charts is very very important. What is happening right away in the market right now, so that we'll start rounding up the class for today. Look at the chart. I'll tell you that yes, the chart is still slight trending. Looking at this all share index movement, and that at this point it's trending. You can see it here moving, even if there's a flat on the what we call the key line, which I want to call up now, we can see that the market is trending now after rallying from all this way to almost crossing the 99,000 cyclical line. Now it has pulled back around the 98,558. But to speak now, market has opened the first trading day of October on just a marginal red, but we are seeing a mixed market because we are seeing more buyers in the market than sellers. The market is very strong. That means positioning forward for expected the earnings is still ongoing, despite people are taking profit forward for end of the quarter. The dress that also move more stocks off. These are the things that you understand the market when you are trading. Let's also call up some indicators that will help us to analyze the market technically. This hour we are looking to call up what we call the MACD. Call up the MACD at the same time. Call up the money flow index, and also we don't play with our T line, which is what our moving average exponential 8. That's our own T line in this class. We'll change this line to 8, so that we can get our T line proper. T line serve as what? As resistance and support, and also help us to read momentum in the market, that whether the market is strong or not. Looking at the T line now, the market is still very very strong above the T line, even when we're seeing some profit taking activities now. But the possibility of it turning before the market close is high, because we're seeing that more buyers are still in the market as we speak at this hour. I mean, there's no cause for alarm for any trader in the market. Rather, buy into value and take advantage of what or pull back in some stocks, and that is how to position for end of the year. Don't forget that end of the year comes with a lot of seasonality and a lot of also volatility. Also fun going, but knowing that the last MPC meeting for this year is coming up in November, That is that what with what we are seeing all these increments, are we expecting also the CPN to also have it in November? If let's see, because if they want to sacrifice the economy to attract foreign investor, it depends on what on our policy maker. But I believe that in any market economy, there's an economy to be in order so that you attract from not using your interest rate, to kind of kill your local companies and attract foreign funds. But no, it's better you make your companies running efficiently and making profit, employing Nigerians, expanding, driving the economy, that will attract foreign investors. Not using one policy of rate hike, either even they want to control inflation. Inflation in Nigeria, for me, is not cash push inflation. I always say that it's what is demand push inflation. And at the same time, we see that the structural issue we have in Nigeria is also reflecting on inflation because of what cost of what of transportation, because of what also insecurity being a another problem, because this is the major basket of the major in this the major instrument in the inflation basket is food, and insecurity has caused most farmers to run away from their farm. These are things that we need to address. That's why monetary policy and fiscal need to come together to address the issue of what Nigeria economy. On this note, let's quickly look at some companies that are just on the top gainers this hour. Let's quickly look at what is happening in Owando. Owando has notify the market of no of of delay in result, and a new date have been given to October 53, and I believe that October is around the corner here. Let's see how Owando is looking this morning. Owando, this hour I can see the position of Owando as we speak now. The stock is trading within the 79 and towards 82 now right away. You can see the chart here. Also, what good that Owando is trading above the T line. Let's keep our finger crossed and not to watch. But let's look at Owando on 1 hour chart. What is it doing? Owando for me is also stock to watch. It's still not trying to around the 18 naira. Volume, we're seeing volume there, and I believe that with this notification, and also what we are seeing in Owando, there's still a lot of potential for those that want to think Owando in the medium and the long term. There's nothing. We are seeing what is happening in the sector. Owando is one of the big players now in the oil and gas sector. For that, we need to take advantage of what the value that we're seeing now in that stock. You can see also you still remain above the T line. Looking at Owando, sorry, looking at Owando what chart. But let's look at what is happening, and also Veritas Capital. Let's look at what is happening there. Then we'll look at into what is happening in Veritas. It's going to give us also a clue on what to do as traders and also investors. This is what will guide you to make informed investment decision anytime, any day. Once you know what the market is doing and the direction, you can see that looking at this stock on the 1 hour chart, you can see that it's still making an uptrend, then above the T line. Volume is also above average level. For me, it's a good one. MACD is positive. Money flow is almost reading what 91, almost like 92. Also, on the 1 hour chart, you can quickly look at the stock on 2 hours and 4 hours. That's to call this class a day. But let's quickly look at it. Yes, it's still very strong around the 164 kobo. This is good. This stock are broken out on. This is making a new all-time high now. After breaking out 1 naira 52 naira to trade as high as 1 naira 66, now currently trading at what at 164. This is a stock to watch. I tell you, with the number we're expecting, this will also deliver value for you depending on your investment objective. And I tell you what is driving the financial sector, both insurance is part of it, even the other sectors like other insurance, other service, other financial sectors like where we see custodian investment, UCAP, others we are seeing them also. There's a lot of activities there because of what high interest rate as we speak, and also the kind of business they are doing at this period of what the of the banks. I tell you, there's a lot of activities for all these insurance companies, all these financial service companies. These are where investors are looking at. We expect to see that the results that were positive in Q1, Q2 is likely to continue also in Q3. On this note, I will say thank you for your time for today. See you on Friday. Bye. Welcome.